Welcome back to Daily Connections. You've dreamed about being proposed to, and now that you have the engagement ring on your finger, you're wondering if you've made the right decision. Millions of women have asked themselves the same question, and before you walk down the aisle is a great time to ponder your answer. Here to help us with the process is Christopher Rawlings, an ordained minister and director of creative wedding ceremonies. Hi there, how are you?
Hey, how are you, Tracy?
Good. Weddings, weddings, weddings.
Weddings.
So is there a specific feeling that I should be getting, or if one would be getting, when it's the one?
Well, I think the best way to look at it is a feeling of peaceful, settled confidence. That you know that this is the person I envision spending my life with. I couldn't think of anybody else. And you just kind of know that you know. You know that you know, that inner voice that's just kind of telling you. You feel it in your gut. So the butterflies thing? That's common. I often equate it to be like stage fright. Okay. It's common to be nervous. We're human. That's okay. Yeah. All right. So just the butterfly. So it's just an inner knowing. Definitely. Of just feeling that this is the right thing. In your instincts, you really just know. Okay. Now, what about cold feet? And when, the people are starting to have some doubts. When is there a point where I need to start listening to the cold feet syndrome? Well, I think with cold feet, it's really, what are the feelings telling you? Okay. I mean, what is the fear? What are you really afraid of? Is it really the other person, or is it really something about your own self? You, right? Break it down a little bit. Then. Exactly. Like, why do you really want to get married? Okay. Is it more so? Are you afraid of being alone? Right. Or you really want to be with this person and really connect throughout your life? Okay. So cold feet can be a useful thing, like you said, stage fright. So if I use it in the right way, it could be a good thing. Exactly. Like red lights. They're precaution to stop. Take some time. Okay. Now, what are some questions brides-to-be should be asking themselves about, is this person right, or is it the right time? Well, I think when you look at marriage and thinking that in those terms, it's more of, what am I bringing to this relationship? What am I going to bring to marriage, as opposed to just what am I just going to get from the relationship? Okay. What are the goals? What are the things that you really what do you really share with the values? Okay. Great. Now, on that same note, are there some responses that are a good sign that I should be getting back? Like, I can't live without this person, like things like that. Is that kind of the yes telling me that this is the right thing to do? Yeah, it's almost like everything just falls into place. Everything clicks. Like you just want to be here. There's nowhere else you want to be. Exactly. It's like a sense of serenity, a sense of peacefulness, as well as feeling joy and feeling head over heels. All those things are great about falling in love. But I think it boils down to just a sense of, there's just a rightness that you just know that this is right. And that you're really good friends. They could be your best friend. Feeling that. Feeling that you can just trust this person with your heart. Yeah. You know who has the keys to your heart. Nice. Now, are there clear red flags out there that I should really start paying attention to, that my spouse may not be right for me? Definitely. Again, the strength of what the feelings are telling you, if you know you're feeling compromised in some way, if your integrity is being compromised, your self-esteem is lowering. Exactly. I mean, how do you feel when you come away from a conversation with the person, or you go on a date, or you're spending a night together, or however it is? You should have a feeling of either I'm rejuvenated, I feel closer, uplifted, or do you feel alienated? Do you feel sort of depressed? Or beat up. Beat up, exactly, So that's a sign right there. Maybe if that's prolonged over a period, I mean, everyone has a bad day. Sure. But if this is over a period of time, and you feel like you're losing part of your identity or part of yourself, I think personalities and relationships should be expanded, should grow. So at that point, so that's a big old red flag right there. I like that. That's good. Now, what is the most important things that you should know about my potential spouse before I get married? Well, I think, again, life perspectives. What are your attitudes, or what are your spouse's attitudes? Got it. Like shared goals and things like that? And I would also be mindful of, be careful of secrets. Okay. There's an old expression, you're only as bad as your secrets. You're only as bad as your secrets. Okay. So you shouldn't keep any, and you really shouldn't have a feeling, the person's hiding something. Everything should be more like an open book. Okay. So that's a good relationship. Trust. We want trust. It's all about the trust. Now, do you feel there's a minimum amount of time people should be together before they start getting ready to walk down the aisle? Well, everybody's different, but normally I found that it's usually a couple of years that couples are together. Yeah. So hang on there for a few years before you take the plunge. Yeah. You got time. Get to know each other. Exactly. Enjoy, relax, have fun, go through experiences together.
Because I know you said that the 2-year mark is really the ticket. The fantasy love usually wears off after that, and that's when you start getting real.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So stick around for a little while.
Hang in there.
Now, how important do you think that to feel that no one else out there, like that there's no one else out there in the world? Is that an important thing to feel when I'm, about to walk down the aisle, that this person is the only person in the universe for me?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think, everyone's not perfect for everybody else, but I think we're all perfect for someone else. And if you happen to find that right fit, you're comfortable in that fit, and that works for you, and you're here and now, and you make that commitment.
Go for it.
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
All right, good. So don't be afraid of that feeling.
Right.
It's okay to feel that way.
Exactly.
All right. Now, what about financial status? Do I need to worry about that?
Money plays a very big part in most conflicts in relationships. While you're dating or you're getting to know someone, it's important to understand, money represents what we value, what we spend on things that we want and need. But you may have very different ideas on saving and spending.
Okay.
With a marriage, the money's going to be managed hopefully together.
Right.
It's not just separate. So, I often say if you want to look at someone's personality, look at their checkbook and their credit card statement.
And their habits of spending in general. Okay.
Are you a person that likes to save a lot of money, or you like to spend it as soon as you get it?
So that is something that a dialogue would really be needed to be established before I walk down the aisle. Because if I have a spender and a saver...
Yeah, you really be clear on that, because money plays a big part in conflict.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
So money is huge.
Yes.
Definitely have to talk about that one first.
Definitely, because when you get that piece taken care of, the stress that you're going to be avoiding in your relationship is great.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. Now, how about the in-laws? Do I need to like my in-laws? I do, but I got lucky.
Good for you. That's right.
I love them. So, but not everyone does.
It is tough. You don't always have to like family.
Okay.
The challenge is really to try to still love them. And it could be tough when you find people that are difficult or don't understand each other. Being that they are family, in a sense, it's always good to try to be open. The key, I think, is communication, to try to understand another person's point of view. So
if I didn't like them, should I maybe not get married to this person, though, or no?
No, because you're marrying the person, not the in-laws.
Not the family. I am not
sometimes
marrying
it feels
the family.
that way, that you bring everybody. But the main thing in dealing with in-laws is to be communicative, to be open, to be honest, and really try to have some sense of compromise, when necessary.
Flexibility in the mind.
Very much so.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
It's not always black and white.
Not always black and white. There's gray areas.
Yes.
So live in the gray.
That's right, yes, that's right.
Now, what about the opinions of others? Are they helpful? Should I encourage my friends and family to give me feedback?
Yeah, they can be. I mean, people that you really trust. I mean, because other people can be objective. They can see things that you can't see.
Got it.
The expression love is blind.
Right.
Sometimes you're so caught up in what you're feeling. But yeah, it can be helpful.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it is okay to get that feedback.
I would encourage people to ask opinions, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about, should he meet all my expectations? Or, is it okay if he's lacking a couple of them? I mean, I think I know the answer to this one, but...
Right. I often tell people, be careful of the shopping list mentality.
Okay.
It's not a balance sheet where you have the yeses and the nos.
Check, check, check.
It's not right. It's always logical. But I often turn around and say, well, what do you bring into the relationship? Be careful of what you always have to expect. It's always good to want certain things. Just don't demand.
Right. Okay.
Accept the person for as they are in that moment. I say, if you're getting married, take that person as they are.
Them.
Don't expect them to be different.
Changing, right. I really like that. I really love those tips, and I appreciate that. And it's good. So I like your approach where turn it back on yourself again, really, and what can I bring to this relationship and the marriage in general? Not just what are you going to do for me.
It's like a dance.
Exactly. So we're going to dance together.
Right.
Good. Christopher, thank you so much. I really appreciate your information.
Thank you.
Great.